Linda McHenry, host of The Writer's Voice, and today's guest is Bonnar Spring. How are you, Bonnar?
Great. Thanks, Linda. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. We are going to talk about a bunch of things today, mostly about how it is you go about getting an agent. We're going to talk about the differences in publishing different types of works. So, for example, short stories and novels. But first, why don't you hold up the cover of your debut novel?
Well, thank you for inviting me to do so. My debut novel is Toward the Light. Can everybody see? I have all of that.
Yeah.
It came out in January of this year. I like to tease people just a little bit. And how I do that is I read the first sentence. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk about where it goes from there. On a breezy autumn afternoon, Maria Luz Concepcion returned to Guatemala to kill a man.
There you go. You want that hook.
There you go. So the story of Toward the Light is basically the story of who she wants to kill and why she wants to kill him and how she plans to do that and what happens as she gets close to her target along the way. But probably more important than that, Luz, who's the main character, is concealing from everyone, not from the reader, but from everyone else, something else that's even more important than this murder is.
That sounds very interesting.
Thank you.
So how did you get your agent? You said that you have an interesting story about that. And I know this is something that writers, whether you have an agent or not, are very interested in.
I got my agent about 4 years ago, just a little over 4 years ago in 2016 at an online pitch party. I think I had been sending out queries for perhaps 6 months at that point. I don't quite remember. But anyhow, 3 of them got back to me. And my agent, who's Lisa Abelera at a West Coast agency, signed me.
Now, the other thing that you want to share with us is you had written some short stories before your debut novel got published, and you want to share how you believe there's a huge difference in publishing short stories and novels.
Totally not prepared for this. It was amazing. So by the way, let me just start by saying short stories, if you're a writer trying to hone your craft, are like an amazing thing to do. You've got 7 to 10 pages to create someone who's interesting and a compelling plot, beginning, middle, end, and tie it up together. It's great. When Toward the Light was accepted by the publisher, the next week I got via email a 10-page questionnaire. They wanted 3 different synopses, not one. They wanted taglines, comparable titles. They wanted to know all about my website. And then they sent me a publicity packet.
Now, the last thing I do want to talk about is tell me about what you've got in the pipeline, because you and I were talking about this before once, how it's almost like you're a new writer and you don't have any experience and you're a novice every time you finish a book and you have to send it out.
Right. It is exactly like that. I mean, I guess there's one thing. I mean, I know who I'm going to send it to this. So it's another international thriller. Toward the Light set is, if you remember my first line in Guatemala, the log line is Thelma and Louise on camels.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thelma and Louise on camels. It's a girl trip in Morocco, basically. That goes.
Okay. Thanks so much, Bonnar Spring, for joining me today. You folks can find her on her website at bonnarspring.com. Again, thank you, and we'll be talking with you again soon.
Appreciate it, Linda. Thank you very much. Lovely talking with you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.